Kate Daly Show.
Welcome back. I've got Trevor Loudon in this hour. And of course, activatefiq.com. Go there, get your supplements from there. They'll actually absorb, they'll actually work. I always like that. And they have the most natural ones and the best ingredients. And that's why I go there personally. But you can put in the code Kate and you can get some extra savings there too, which is kind of nice, right? We need to save a little bit right now. Oh my gosh, we're getting tortured by inflation. My guest, Trevor Loudon, you can go to trevorloudon.com and pre-order his book on Kamala and all of the communist, globalist ties. And the difference, when we say communist and we say globalist, is there much difference anymore?
Well, they overlap. It's an overlapping movement. Not all globalists are communists, but all communists are globalists.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Also, let's talk about the illegals. I talked yesterday about the new DNC platform, which what they would like to do is make hiring an illegal kind of mandatory, because if you discriminate, quote unquote, against an illegal, you can get fined for not hiring the illegal. So the illegal is going to claim that if they're not hired for a job from you, business owner, that they are being discriminated against. So it's baffling, and you almost can't believe it. But there's even more to the story about this platform, right?
Well, illegals are going to be used to destroy this country. Look, the communist groups in this country talk about the open border and illegal immigration as the way to the American Revolution. That's what they see. Now, it affects us in many ways. Obviously, it creates a lot of resentment. It creates a lot of stress, a lot of financial problem. It also creates a massive voting bloc that can never be beaten. 30 million illegals voting 80 to 90% Democrat. How does any conservative ever beat that? Ever. So, but it's also, you got to think of the military right now. You think of what's going to happen when they start recruiting large numbers of illegals into the U.S. military. Now, right now, the U.S. military cannot be used against its own citizens, A, because of the law, and B, because most Americans would not fire on other Americans. But if you're from Ghana or Uzbekistan or Guatemala and you're told to fire on Americans, do you think you're going to worry?
Yeah.
You think it's going to be a problem? So massive numbers of illegals will go into the military, and the military will be increasingly used as a force against the people in this country.
How do you feel about voter fraud, election fraud, since there's so much of it?
Well, I think it's extensive, and it is extensive, but it's not something that can't be overcome. And a lot of this is, yes, there is massive vote fraud, but there's also, the left actually encourages this, because the biggest thing they want us to do is for conservatives not to vote. For conservatives to say, my vote doesn't count, I'm not going to vote, and that plays right into the left's hands. We still win a lot of elections in this country. Trump can still win this if his base comes out. It can absolutely be won. I think if it was a fair election, Trump would win by 20 points. But because they'll cheat, Trump will win by 3 points. But we can't deny him that 3 points. We can't deny him that 3 or 4 points that I hear some people are going to do. A lot of Christians, a lot of conservatives, I'm not going to vote. I don't like his tweets. He did this, he did that. Look, think of it this way. This election is a vote against communism. It's a vote to stop communism in America. You can love Trump, you can be ambivalent, whatever. This communism will come when there's 30 million illegals voting in this country. That will be beyond our ability to take back. This is the last election we have to stop that happening, and we can do this. This is doable. I read the left stuff all the time. I read the communist magazine. They are freaking out. They think they're going to lose.
Right.
They think they're going to lose, but their big weapon is making us think it's hopeless to vote. That's their big weapon.
Interesting. All right. So when a president goes in, if the president's Republican, then usually the Congress is the opposite, right? Usually they rally to try to get Congress the opposite. So they will try to put in this platform that they've invented for the destruction of the country. There will be that moving forward by both sides. I think will aid it because we have a lot of rhinos that will aid and abet.
Yeah, we do. Look, I'm an optimist. I think if we can get Trump and we can get a core of conservative senators and a core of conservative Congress members, they can run the agenda. I think there is a real chance we can get real progress on the Make America Great Again agenda. It can be done. But like under when Reagan got in the first time, all the rhinos hated his guts and they stood against him. But when he started notching up successes, they all got behind him. And then they hold Reagan dinners every year and say how wonderful he is and how much they always loved him.
Right.
You
right.
know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, look, I am an optimist here. I seriously think when that bullet grazed Trump's ear, that was a very strong message to America. We got a shot here. We got a courageous man who will do great things if we stand up. If we do our part. And I'm encouraging everybody to get 10 people to the polls, get your cousin to the poll, get your uncle, go and bake some cookies, take them to your uncle and tell him you're coming to the polls with me.
Okay.
We got to do that.
What about, what was I going to ask you? I just, RFK. RFK is throwing his support, I guess. I guess that's kind of well documented now. Throwing his support to Trump.
Well, I'm hoping. I haven't heard that specifically, but that's what all the tea leaves are saying. So I think that will certainly help.
Right. Fox News just came out and said that he is going to. So, yeah. So we'll endorse.
Well, that's great.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I know a lot of people liked him, although he's very, very climate. He's very, I mean, he was on the vaccinations, but I don't know about any of his other things. But yeah, he's good
on the climate, he was terrible, absolutely terrible. And he'll probably want a cabinet position. Well, if he's in charge of some health policy, I'd be pretty quite pro that. But not as the climate change czar.
Oh my God!
And look, we got to cobble together the coalition we can. I'm not a fan of JFK, Jr., except on what he did on the vaccines. I was very admiring of that.
Yeah.
But if he's going to endorse Trump, I say I'll welcome him.
Okay, excellent. So trevorloudon.com to get the goods on Kamala. This book is coming out. You can pre-register for this. And this is all the ties behind her. And this is how Trevor was able to say, yeah, she will be the pick, Biden's pick, because everybody was so shocked when he picked her. But you thought, no, same people as Obama are behind her, the Rainbow Coalition. So, of course, she'll get it. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. So appreciate you. Thank you, Trevor. Really appreciate you coming in this hour and telling us what your thoughts are on everything. So appreciate that. And trevorloudon.com.
Thanks, always Trevor. A pleasure. Thank you, Kate.
Thanks, Trevor. And, of course, I'll be right back. You won't want to miss this next hour. I'll be right back. KateDalleyRadio.com.